Hey guys, welcome back. Um, it's been a very long while, I can't lie. I've not been working on the show for a while. Uh, say about September 2025 is when I stopped. But I wasn't even uploading on the account, or at least the YouTube account. And then afterwards, I kind of got caught up in a bunch of bike stuff with my friends, and I've been doing that since. But now, a couple of people I'm working with in this Discord server for homemade animatronics is wait, I don't know if I said a person or other. There's a person in this server, and they're working on custom control software, and they have released a final working version. The previous ones were quite a disaster, but it's all a joke. There's no criticism. It's a little joke, but it works now. And once that happens, it was about a week ago or something, maybe a couple of days ago actually. Once this happened, I decided to come back into it, and I'm now working on a lot more, which you'll be seeing. I'll link my TikTok because I'm posting more on my TikTok account. But maybe I'll upload on YouTube a little bit more. Who knows? But yeah. So I'll now show you some progress. I'm working on building a brand new stage, and yeah, this is the best that it's ever been. It takes the full wall to wall. Obviously not the full room because you need somewhere to stand. But it's big, it's sturdy, and it's just the best stage ever for me that I've built. So yeah, now I'm gonna stop just going on, and I'll show you some stuff. So you can see here at the start, this is kind of an old feature that's been in my garden for a while. It was sort of like a bar, like a mini bar, and we just didn't want it anymore. So I figured there's lots of them sturdy pieces of wood on there, and I was gonna buy them exact same pieces. So I just figured, let's reuse them, and then I only need to buy pieces of wood if I run out. Which will be like one or two, not much. So I started to take off that roof material on the top. I still have yet to figure out the proper name. As we move on, you can see I did finally manage to get the roof off, and I took all that. I'm just going to call it tarp for now. So I took all that tarp off, and then I moved back inside the shed because obviously I had to clean it all out. Everything was in there and it was a complete mess. Also a nice tribute to the biohazard wood. Has reacted with I'm guessing the humidity, and it didn't like it. We are getting rid of that, don't you worry. Yeah, so and that is Billy Bob off his stage for the first time since August 2025. So once I had all my stuff out, I then started to lay down some of the pieces of wood I'd taken off. As you can see, this is the backboard. Backboard, whatever. This is at the bottom part of the frame, but out the back wall. And it's almost fully long, but I didn't want to start using the biggest pieces of wood yet. So what I did is I put that down, and then later on I just put another piece of wood in to close the gap at the end. And then to actually hold them together, I just put another piece of wood that kind of lays in front of them, and it just screws into each side. And then moving on, I started to add these side pieces, and then what I like to call the inner supports, because these go in between the bottom and the top beams, to actually hold them together, and they support the weight. So I started to lay them in. Then I flipped upside down to put more beams on. So I'm like narrating this as I go through the photos. So I'm trying to figure out what I was doing myself. So yeah. So once I did that, I packed up for the night, and then the next day I came and started working again. So what I did here is I added the other side beam in the corner of the wall, the right hand side, if you're looking at it from this way, and then I cut out the front beam for the top. Then I added the final inner support to hold the front beam, and that was that. So then moving on, I needed the beams to go similar to the top beams, but they go from the back corner to the front corner, you know, kind of in the sides. I started building them, and as you can see in this photo, I hadn't built them yet, but I was cutting them out. And then moving on, I put one in, but the other one needed trimming. I just laid it on top, just for the photo. Later on, I did cut that out, and as you can see, it's a big progress jump. I put more in supports in. I know one of them's crooked, it's just the way it was cut, but it's just as strong as the other ones. I do really hate it, but whatever. And then I also put in a soundbar as one of the speakers, and yeah, I did eventually cut out that other side piece and laid it in. Moving on, I started to put in and cut out, let's see, call them the floor supports, because they run from front to back in the middle, and they will hold up the plywood base of the stage. So I started to put them in. You can see I was going to cut another one out, but I had to document it first, you know. Then moving on, I'm not quite sure if this was the same day or the next day. This was on the day I'm recording this. I cut out the other three, put them in, and then afterwards I decided to test out whether I had enough plywood to cover it. So in this next slide here, you can see I laid out the plywood. There's a little bit of overhang, which I'm going to cut off. And I also tested to see if the mech would still fit, and it's perfect. So that's a quick little progress update. Might sound a little bit boring and thingy because of the tone of my voice, but whatever. We'll put a little bit of music in the background when I'm editing. But yeah, that's what I've been doing so far, and we're also have another 16-channel relay board, so I'm going to upgrade my current controller to have a lot more capabilities of how many bits it can basically output. Yeah, that's soon to come, and during these 2 weeks I'm going to get my friend to come help me as well, so it should speed up all this stage building progress, and I guess I'll see you next time.